Hi everyone, it's Tammy and I want to welcome you to my beginner's meditation course. I'm excited that you want to take this journey with me to begin or perhaps even deepen your existing meditation practice. I want to start by telling you what meditation is to me from my own experience. As you may know, I meditated almost daily for 17 years. And then after that, it evolved more into maybe weekly touching in, maybe once a week or every second week, I would kind of reconnect in and just kind of refine that center and that balance. But in meditating for 17 years, it allowed me to experience and access all the layers of who I am on a very, very intimate and real basis. In that, what I eventually came to realize is the majority of us know meditation as a method of just kind of sitting there, clearing the mind, calming and stilling the mind, and just kind of using meditation for relaxation. Some people may use meditation for focus, but I would say the majority of meditative practices out there are just really about finding calm, peace, and balance within. What I actually experienced from doing it for over 17 years is absolutely meditation brings you to that place and that ability and that skill to be able to be calm, balanced, and kind of be that eye of the storm where there's just a whole bunch of stuff swirling around in your life or even swirling around in your moment, and you're able to be kind of that very, very calm, balanced center point where you're not pulled and you're not affected by it. So absolutely, meditation has that benefit. It is very rejuvenating, it is very healing, it is very rebalancing, it is very calming. But what I also discovered through my practice is that meditation allows you to experience and understand all these amazing layers of who you are. What I discovered, and I go into in the course, is that you have your physical layer, your physical body, but you also have, we mostly know, our mental, our psychological layer, and that's our mind always kind of thinking with thoughts or telling us what we should do. We have the physical, we have the mental, you have the emotional. Meditation, you go through an emotional layer where you really, really experience and deepen and rediscover buried, lost, stuck emotions, as well as really kind of open up emotions that you weren't aware of. Also, energy. We are energetic beings as well. Meditation, you eventually get to the place where you experience that energy layer. And then for myself, this was a huge component of my practice, the spiritual level. And at that spiritual level of meditation, for me, I discovered my spirit guides, my guardian angels. You begin to really access. And if you choose to focus on that layer, access, maintain, and interact with the spiritual world. You get into that spiritual part of you, and so you suddenly are in that spiritual part of you, in that spiritual room with all the others that are spiritual. And then eventually, if you choose and if your meditation practice takes you to indeed the transcendental consciousness layers of who you are. And what I very much believe is those are the aspects and elements of you that are at that higher level, that consciousness level, that kind of beyond the mass consciousness level, and even getting into those divine layers of who you are. So for me, meditation is not just sitting in a room and learning to kind of calm and still your mind. Meditation is a beautiful practice that can take you and introduce you to all the layers of who you are, allowing you to access those layers and, more importantly, awaken and discover the abilities and the awarenesses and the wisdoms in each of those layers. But I would say, first and foremost, especially in our beginner meditation course, meditation in the beginning is learning to still the physical body, as well as quiet the mental, physical thinking brain. Our mind is so used to hijacking every moment. Here you are, you're in a moment. And as I've said, there's so many layers of you: physical, emotional, energetic, spiritual. There are so many moments or layers of you in every single moment. But society has kind of taught us it's just what you think. So a lot of times what I find is you're in a moment and your mind jumps in. What is it noticing? What is it thinking? It's telling you what it thinks. It's telling you what it's noticing. It's warning you, ooh, what about this? And what about that? And oh, don't forget about this. And be careful of that. So what I found is in the beginning of your meditation practice, it makes you very aware of how your mind hijacks every moment. Your mind hijacks every moment. And because that mind kind of rushes, it's almost like you're driving a bus and that mind rushes to the driver's seat. The mind gets in the driver's seat and is telling you, oh, watch out for here, turn left here, watch out for this, watch out for that. Ooh, don't forget about this. All the layers of you are also there. But they don't get to experience that moment because that mental part of you, that thinking brain programmed by society, friends, family, religion, culture, identity, everything, that mental part of you has been programmed, rushes to the front of the bus, rushes to the front of your moment and hijacks it. It wants to control that moment. So that is why the first parts that we're really going to dive into in this beginner meditation course is getting you to get beyond that hijacking mental brain that wants to hijack your experience and kind of hijack and block you from discovering and realizing all these other layers of who you are. I honor and respect all meditation practices and all meditation methods. I'm simply going to share what worked for me. And what worked for me was very, very simple. Completely, I was self-taught. And in this meditation course and with my technique, what I would say, and actually in all meditation practices, I would say the number one challenge is this beginner portion. This beginner portion of getting that mental thinking brain that loves to hijack. I'm not going to say under control because we're not going to control it. We're going to invite it to quit getting in the front of the bus. We're going to say, hey, mental thinking, get kind of to the side, get to the back so that all the parts of you, all of you can experience that moment. I would actually venture to say that most meditation practices actually never go beyond that physical and mental layer. That people can spend so much of their time studying meditation only to focus on, okay, can I sit quietly? Can I sit quietly for several minutes and, ooh, that feels nice and calm? Or can they sit quietly and not have their brain hijack their thoughts and their brain constantly bringing up mental chatter and mental noise? For a lot of people, their meditation practice stops right there. They think that they're master meditators. I would invite them to realize, and we'll go through this through my meditation program, that's just the first step of the journey. Learning to quiet and still that mind and be able to feel and calm your body is the first step in your meditation practice that, if you choose and if you allow, can take you on this amazing, amazing, deep, beautiful journey of discovering all of these layers of who you are, and more importantly, awakening all these abilities and awarenesses that you have, every single one of us has, that is there within us. It's just that maybe your mental brain was always in the front, kind of the guardian at the gate, for you to realize all of these amazing, energetic, spiritual consciousness, awarenesses, abilities, wisdom within you. So for me, Again, welcome to my beginner's meditation class. And we're going to just basically, in this first course, focus on stilling the mind and being able to quiet and still the body so that we can get those kind of blocks out of the way so that I can invite you and guide you through your journey of going through those other higher levels of who you are. I'm really excited, and I look forward to working with you in our upcoming sessions. See you soon.